Welcome to today's deep dive. So imagine trying to book a critical service today, only to be told that the next available slot is in late 2029.
Yeah, which is just wild.
Right. But that is the actual reality at Japan's shipyards right now.
Yeah.
They're sitting on this staggering 3.5-year backlog.
Yeah, and it's mostly fueled by bulk carriers. I mean, the global ship order book just hit a 17-year high.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because based on the reports from the 2026 Sea Japan exhibition,
Yeah.
the buzz is just massive right now.
Oh, absolutely.
There were like 658 exhibiting companies.
Sure.
It really proves that geopolitical interest in Tokyo's maritime sector is at its highest level in a generation.
Right, but what's fascinating here is the underlying reality. Despite having completely full order books, Japan's actual share of the global market is lingering just under 10%.
Wait, just 10%?
Yeah, I mean, they were the world's largest shipbuilder until the start of this century, but they lost that crown first to South Korea and then obviously to China.
So China has just completely taken over the space.
Totally, because China now controls about 70% of global new build capacity. And even more concerning for Japan, an astounding 90% of repair capacity.
Wow, 90%. So Tokyo is basically being forced to radically restructure its domestic market just to survive at this point.
Yes, exactly. The government is pushing this massive all-Japan counterattack. They are planning to consolidate their highly fragmented yards into just 1 to 3 major groups by the mid-2030s.
Right, and the immediate goal is to double output to 18 million gross tons by 2030.
That's the plan. And the centerpiece of this is a new joint venture called Sakura Ocean. It combines top Japanese owners, builders, and traders into a single ecosystem.
So they're keeping all the finance and assets onshore.
Exactly. It financially insulates the yards. They get a stable domestic pipeline of work without having to chronically underbid China on the open market.
But wait, I have to push back on the strategy for a second.
Sure.
Creating this domestic walled garden sounds great in theory, but China already holds a 90% monopoly on repairs. Isn't this just rearranging deck chairs? It seems like a closed financial loop at home doesn't really help if your fleet has to rely on Chinese dry docks every time a vessel needs maintenance. Is it too little, too late?
Well, that vulnerability is exactly why Japan isn't just relying on corporate restructuring. Their real bet, and this was the main focus at Sea Japan, is a massive technological leap.
Oh, like using AI and robotics to cut construction costs by 10%.
Yeah, exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, Vice Minister Tsuneyuki Sakai pointed out the real issue. Japan is facing a severe labor shortage.
Right. They literally just don't have the human hands to compete with China's massive workforce.
Exactly. The master shipbuilders, the ones with decades of hands-on knowledge, are retiring. So digital technology isn't just some fancy upgrade for investor pitches.
It's the only way they can physically build these ships.
Yes. They are using AI to digitize complex blueprints and welding techniques, and then deploying robotics to execute those skills.
So they're basically encoding human mastery into machines.
Right. If they don't automate that generational skill transfer, the industry literally ages out of existence.
Wow. So what does this all mean for you, the listener? Well, the ships being built today completely dictate the speed, cost, and security of global supply chains.
Yeah, literally everything from the clothes you wear to the devices you use relies on the vessels rolling out of these docks.
Exactly. Which leaves us with a really provocative question.
Mm-hmm.
If Japan successfully deploys AI and robotics to overcome its labor shortages and counter China, will the shipyards of the future eventually be entirely devoid of human workers?
It really makes you wonder.
It does. The next time you see a massive bulk carrier, it might just be the product of an entirely autonomous ecosystem. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.